Hey, what is going on YouTube? Hope you are doing well. Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday night, end of the week. A little bit of rain and cruddy weather today, but this weekend yesterday was actually great. One of the first 60-degree days we had here in the Chicagoland area, so I was able to get the cars out and go for a ride, share a little bit of the footage from that. Didn't have a whole lot, but here's some of it right here. Check this out. All right, so everybody's gonna be at my house here any minute, and I made a rookie mistake. Notice my gas is, I've got, you would think plenty, but it looks like I've got about probably 3/4 of a tank. And sorry, and car rides 101, do not leave and be the guy that has to stop for gas. So we're gonna go top off really quick before these guys get here in a couple minutes.
All right,
we are queued up and ready to go. We got the McLaren, we've got an Audi R8 V10 Plus that my buddy just got, a brand new Porsche. I don't know enough about Porsche to know what model this is, but I know it's a high-end. I think it's a turbo. I think he's got 150 miles on it. A Corvette, a 458 that did Gumball last year. He's done it a couple years. Another Audi R8, this one a Spider, and a Viper. So going to be fun. Going to do a cruise. Hopefully weather cooperates. Not supposed to get any rain, I don't think, but we shall see. Let's roll. Alright, this is the challenge of trying to park, what do we have, seven cars in a small parking lot. So let's see if we can figure this out. Luckily, we have a friend up here who has a lot and he's hooking us up. So we'll be protected in a nice lot versus parking on the street. So yeah, fun day. Actually hit like 3 car events in one day, just cruising around with buddies. So as you saw, some pretty cool cars, Audis, a couple other Ferraris, some Porsches as well. And I figured I'd just give everybody an update on what's been going on here in the garage. I kind of hibernated over the winter. Got a few new vehicles, some other change out stuff that's happened as well. Here's one, the Ford Raptor. So we picked up a Ford Raptor, and for those of you that have followed us for a while, we got rid of the Ram 2500. I bought a Ram 2500. It was a diesel, Cummins diesel, awesome truck. It was a 2018. It was honestly just more than I needed, more power than I needed. Some might say you can never have enough too much power, but you know, if you're really not using a diesel for pulling it and as kind of a work vehicle on a regular basis, then it's really more than you need. And so I did use it and really valued it when I was pulling around my car trailer and pulling my car. But the realities are something like, you know, my trailer's an aluminum trailer, and something like the Raptor can pull it around, and that's really probably what I do with the vehicle 5% of the time or less. So I don't want to buy a big towing heavy-duty vehicle when I'm really only doing that 5% of the time. So I decided to get rid of that. I had also at the same time traded in my wife's Trackhawk, the Jeep Trackhawk that we had. Traded in those two vehicles against the Raptor. Traded in the Trackhawk as the miles were getting up there and didn't want to take too bad of a hit on it. We were like 15,000, 16,000 miles. And for those of you that know, I keep things for short period of time and then I flip out of them. Some of you get pretty aggravated about that. Actually, I get lots of comments about people like, oh my god, how could you sell that, you're so dumb. Some of that was related to the Demons or the Vipers, and you know, different people have different opinions, and I respect your opinions. For me, I get bored with things. I like to try and change up different things. I like different vehicles, and so I'll probably continue to do this for a while. I buy something, I drive it for a while, maybe a year, maybe a season, maybe 2 seasons, and then try something different. So anyways, so this is the Raptor. It's a 2019 Raptor, and it is awesome. I love it. I got it at a local Chevy dealer here up by where I live, actually just over the border into Kenosha, Wisconsin. And it's got the bed liner in the back, and it's got the tonneau cover. I haven't really done anything in the way of mods to it yet. You know, pretty much just a stock truck at this point. We'll probably do something light on the front end. You know, lights, maybe a light bar in the grill, and then probably, this is kind of weird. I don't know if I really understand what Ford's doing here, but they've got this hole in the bumper that it might be for ventilation to cool the brakes and everything. I'm not really sure, but a lot of people, they make a light kit that goes in there, kind of a fog lamp, spot lamp, running light kit that goes in there. So I'll probably end up doing that. But aside from that, I don't intend at this point to do anything with suspension, no lifting or anything like that. It's pretty tough and cool the way it sits. And I will probably end up getting the TRX, Ram TRX with the HELLCAT engine if and when that ever comes out. So Dodge, get it together. I'm waiting on that truck. So that will be a V8. That is one thing I'll say. You know, going from a Ram 2500 that had lots of torque and it was heavy, but it was still pretty quick, had lots of power. You know, the Raptor's a little sluggish. You can put it in sport mode and it gets a little sportier, obviously, but could use that Ram. So I'm really looking forward to that. If you haven't seen that yet, this is what it looks like. Some say it's rumors, but people have spotted it actually out on the road now. Ram is out there testing it. So hopefully we'll see that sometime in the next year and a half, and then I'll probably trade this in. I'll be bored of that by then and be ready for some V8 power in a more compact truck. So that's that. What else is going on? So I did do a review already on the McLaren 600LT. It was a crappy review. I've been experimenting with new cameras, so I apologize for the footage in that video. But there it is, and I've had that out a little bit so far this year. I've got about 800 miles on it. I bought it with about 250 miles on it, and you know, just an awesome car. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, I'll link the video here so you can check out the review of that. I'll probably do a more comprehensive review of it once the weather gets a little better here and I can get it out. These are the stock wheels that came with it. They're actually super light wheels, so they are an upgrade, and it's got the Trofeo tires on it. I'm not a big fan of the silver with this car. I think the rest of the spec is ridiculous, but those tires are not the best. Or excuse me, the wheels are not the best. The wheels that I'm putting on them are these ones over here, which hopefully you can see with the lighting, but these are Anarchy wheels made by HRE, and those will be on the car within the next, I would say, next week or so. And yeah, and so more to come on that. You'll see this car a lot in our videos this season. And then below, a new entrant is this Ferrari 458. It's a 2011 Ferrari 458. It was owned by a good friend of mine who just upgraded. He bought a 488. For a while he had the two Ferraris and then decided he wanted to shake it up himself. So he got rid of this. To me, I bought it. And he bought a, I think it's a 2018 R8, Audi R8 V10 Plus. You probably saw that in the video I just shared there. So blue, it's a sick car. And so gave me the opportunity. He was going to sell this or trade it in, and I love the car. You can see we'll do a more comprehensive review on this again at some point, but you know, awesome tinted, full clear bra, ceramic pro on the entire car, 1221 wheels. It's lowered on Novatech springs. You can see the fitment is super tight on this thing, and he's also done a lot of other blackout kind of treatments. So the lights here are painted. And then other areas like black tips on the exhaust. The marker lights here are all painted. Same with the front. And so just a really, if you look at it, sexy car. Would you just look at that? Just look at it. So those are the two rides for this season. And we'll see. I mean, I like the 600. Bought it because it's kind of a special car this year. As I just said a few minutes ago, I'm not going to keep this thing forever. I'll probably drive it for a season or two. I'll probably monitor the values and see what happens. If that offends you and you don't understand how I could want to be thinking about selling a vehicle already, I'm sorry. We're just different that way. If you want to buy the car, reach out to me. Everything is for sale. So, but my intention as of right now is to drive these cars for at least this season and maybe next season. The 458. You know, lots of people have different opinions, but you know, these cars, it's the last naturally aspirated Ferrari, and lots of people say that these are going to be pretty resilient from a value standpoint this year, and well, actually the next several years, right? So they should hold their value. Some say they'll even appreciate. I don't know if I would go that far, but if I can drive this car for a year or two and not lose any money on it, that's a pretty good setup. So, and then what do I have going on here? So these are the floor mats for the Jeep Rubicon, and the Rubicon is gone. I just sold it to a guy yesterday who lives in, where does he live? He lives in Denver, or right outside of Denver. And we cleaned it up a little bit today. It rained here, so it's not great, but the Rubicon is going. Has about 5,000 miles on it. We drove it around, just kind of had fun with it over the winter. I didn't think I was going to flip it this fast, but with all the cars, I just quite frankly have too many cars in the driveway and it's just congested. And the car that's missing is my wife's Porsche Panamera Turbo, which is currently getting some work done to it. Similar to the Ferrari, it's getting like murdered out. If you follow us on Instagram, you've seen some of the concepts of what we're shooting for there. We should get that car back this Tuesday or Wednesday, and we'll do a full video on that as well. But it is a 2017 Porsche Panamera Turbo with about 1,500 miles on it, and it's sick, black on black, sharp car. But so the Rubicon's gone. We just don't need it. Originally bought it when I had the Ram, so it was kind of the fun part of, you know, being outside and running around. But now that we have the Raptor, it kind of fills the void, and you know, it gives me the ability to tow, and it's fun. So we just don't need this anymore, and probably free up a little bit of money and reduce some of my monthly outlay for insurance and car payments and stuff like that. So it is going. In the back we have this is the soft cover that comes with it, never taken out of the box, so I had to slide that back in there. So that'll be out of the garage as well. Takes up a lot of space. And it's going to go to a new home, someone who lives in the mountains, and he'll be running it and using it, you know, for its intended purpose, which is good, because for us it's a weekend car and grocery getter. So that is it though. So, and then my daughter's Jeep, no plans for that to go anywhere anytime soon. She'll probably be driving that for the next couple years. So that one you'll see around. So that is it. Just figured I would give a quick update. I haven't made a video in a while, and wanted to let everybody know kind of where we're at now that the weather is here, spring has arrived. We'll be making videos weekly of all the different car escapades, the 600, the 458, as well as several of my other buddies. For those of you that have been following for a while, you may have signed up when we were Chicago Mopar. That was the name of the channel all of last year. At the time, we had nothing but Mopar. We had Demons and Vipers, and we changed things up a little bit. And after that's gone, we actually won't have any Mopars for a while. But once we get that Ram truck back, or that Ram truck, the TRX with the Hellcat engine, we'll have a Ram back in the family. But for right now, this is going to be the lineup. Those cars and that Raptor and the Porsche when it comes back. So. Didn't mean to switcheroo on anybody, so no offense. I think Windy City Exotics is just a better name for us. It gives us a little bit more flexibility so we can get more content. The last channel, Chicago Mopar with the Demons, you can only make so many videos about Demons and Vipers, and so this helps us broaden that a little bit. We're going to bringing a lot of different content to the channel this year, a lot of different variety. Lots of car shows, lots of what's going on in the Chicago car scene. So that is it for now. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving us a like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for future notifications, and we'll be seeing you soon on a new video. See ya.